So this is just literally a little quick, daft little list video. Me and Sam Smells were just talking, we'd just do something together again. And to be honest, we're both lacking in inspiration at the moment. I think it's this bloody hot weather kind of takes it out of you, doesn't it? So what we went for is SweetBombs, the sweetest fragrances ever, because I think we both have a sweet tooth, and obviously we have slightly different tastes, and I imagine I can probably pick out a few that will be in Sam's list. I've gone for a list of things that don't talk about often. I've got some full bottles of these, some of them are 10 mils or whatever, but yeah, so let's get into the list of these super obnoxious, booming, ridiculously sweet, teeth-shattering, strong, sugary fragrances. So the first one on the list is a Joop fragrance, but it's not the one you think about, because I may have mentioned that one a lot of times. It's called Joop Homme Red King. Now there's the Red King and the Black King, and to be fair, the Black King isn't too bad. It's different to this. But what I get with this Red King basically is it opens up a bit like the strawberry lace. I don't know what you call them internationally. They're just like these thin, chewy, strawberry-esque kind of things that obviously are sweets that you eat, and they look like laces, and it smells a bit like that, like a sticky synthetic strawberry kind of thing. And then as it develops, you kind of, I think there's leather, some sort of like a red leather. To be fair, it does smell a bit like that, and it's very, very sweet. It's supposed to be chili in it, like the texture of a chili, maybe like a red chili, you know. It's kind of got this plasticky vibe in it. Now, by no means am I saying this is a bad fragrance at all, because it's not. It's nice, but it's really like it's like what was the point? It's not like it's not bad at all, but it's just like a completely pointless fragrance that doesn't really smell of anything. It's just this kind of sweet thing. What I could compare it most to, I'm saying strawberry laces, is there's fruit salad sweets. Now they've changed the formulation in modern times, candy sweets, and they don't taste like they used to, but that's kind of what it reminds me most of. So again, like I say, it's not awful, it's perfectly pleasant, but it's just, well, when would I ever wear it? But it's super sweet. It does have a touch of the original DNA in it, why wouldn't it? But yeah, that's the first one on the list of my very sweet fragrances, Joop Homme Red King. Next on the list is Louis Cardin Sacred. It's probably the one you've heard of from the brand. It is most definitely, if you wear it in this weather, you will get arrested. It is very, very, very strong. And it's basically just like this caramel coffee sauce. There's woods in it and whatnot, you know, vanilla, this, that and the other. But all of that is irrelevant. It smells like the sauce of a sticky toffee pudding. It's slightly chocolatey maybe as well. But literally that's what it is. It's sticky, thick, super sweet toffee sauce, which is perfectly pleasant, and it is nice, and for the price actually it's pretty damn good. But it is definitely for winter only. It doesn't change too much again, but again, we love these gourmand fragrances, don't we? And this one is one of the best, most affordable ones I've got, to be fair. And apparently there are more expensive niche fragrances that smell like it, so I've heard. You can't go wrong with it. If you want sticky caramel toffee sauce, then Louis Cardin Sacred. Next on the list is this one. I've got 10ml of it. It's very simple actually, and it's very kind of easygoing. It's not as in your face as the others, but it's still super sweet, and that's Fern Mayo from Ganache. I think they're discontinued now, which is a shame actually, because they pretty much smell exactly like what you'd expect. And these ones, sorry, this one is based all around Parma violets. Again, I don't know if these came abroad. Just get these little packets of sweets, candies, little Parma violet circles, like these powdery sugared sweets, and that's what they tasted of, like powdered sugar and violet. And this fragrance literally smells exactly like that. The texture, the smell, the right sweetness and everything. Doesn't smell of anything else, doesn't change. Actually, I really enjoy it, because obviously it takes us back to our childhood, and the smell of violets is always quite lovely, isn't it? So yeah, I think also it's good for layering. If you wore something dark and sticky, like, you know, a really dark licoricey or heavy woody fragrance, I think the sweetness of the Parma violets will go beautifully with it. So that's Fern Mayo from Ganache. Now the next one on the list is from Maison Lancome, and to be fair, you could have picked any of them. Any of them. They're basically sugar in a bottle, aren't they? Now, Jasmin's Marzipan was one of the first I think I tried, and I was expecting lovely jasmine, which to be fair it does have in it, but it's sugared jasmine. It's a sugar made of jasmine, and that's on top of some more sugar with a sprinkle of sugar. There are other notes in it, but again, what's the point in getting into it? It is like the frosting on a cake, if you like. Like I say, jasmine flavoured icing, sugar, over this really sugary cake. Maybe the cake's just made of sugar. And then you, on top of it, you pour in more sugar, some syrup, a bit of sprinkle of sugar, just in case you were craving a bit of sugar. And it's perfectly pleasant again. Nothing against it. Not my cup of tea. Wasn't so much the sweetness with this one, it's the pure sugariness. I think just smelling it gives you a kind of sugar high, and then the next day you've got a bit of a sugar coma, which is what this line basically is. And there are some that are nicer than others, and let's face it, sometimes that's all we crave, is to wear these sweet sugar beasts, because they cheer us up like the real thing does, except the fragrances obviously don't put the pounds on. So that's Maison Lancome, Jasmin's Marzipan. Next, it wouldn't be a list of mine without Kilian, would it? And I thought obviously the obvious choice is Love Don't Be Shy, isn't it really? But no, what I've gone for is one of the Russian exclusives called Criminal of Love. And what this is very sweet, but it's sweetness done in a very wearable way. It's this really dark black and red roses in like a sea of red wine, and it's got bits of vanilla in, musks, woods, and it's just that, it's the darkness of it and its sophistication. Again, if there's a vamp scent, Criminal of Love will be up there, because it's got that, do you know what I mean, that sweet dark red where you can imagine a strawberry syrup blood kind of thing. It is absolutely magnificent. Again, it's a shame it's one that was discontinued and not possible to really get over here. And again, I've only got 10ml of it, but it's one that I do wear when you're in that kind of dark gothy mood, and this is like a grown-up sweetness. Do you know what I mean? It's like that when you're eating red wine and drinking red wine and having strawberries and dark chocolate. and you probably sat with all your lovely goth friends, the velvet curtains and that. It's just again, it's a very beautiful fragrance, but it is very sweet. Somehow, with the winey notes and the woods and stuff, does balance it out. Like I say, a grown-up sweet one. Very sweet, very good. Kilian's Criminal of Love. Okay, so last up on the list, it's just a brief little short list, like I said. Not me waffling on for ages, and they're in no particular order, but I probably would put this one at the top. It's a fragrance from Calaj Perfumes. Well worth checking out them. A Romanian brand. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, should have checked before the video. I think this is a Miguel Matos creation, so you can imagine what's coming. But it's this... oh sorry, it's called Love Toxin. It's red, the juice is red. And I mean it's red that stains you, it looks like you've had lips kissing you when you spray it. And it is very, very potent. And it is the sweetest fragrance ever. But again, it's not, it all works. There's all the other stuff in it that's balancing it. I'll go into it in a minute, but it's a little similar idea to Criminal of Love, but it's definitely not the same. What it is basically it's this red sweet. It's got all these red fruits in it and all these red notes, maybe a bit of strawberry, raspberry, and it just smells very sweet and very red. But underneath it all, I can't remember if it's castoreum or civet or both, just this little bit of an animalic kind of oomph to it, which makes it very, very sexy. And again, there's obvious notes, vanillas, woods. You know, I think it's got benzoin in it and stuff. It's very, very smooth though. Just this beautiful redness. I suppose you could even see it as red lips. It does have a slight, I'd say it's overly lipsticky, but it has that slight touch of it. And the musks in it, oh, heavenly musks. You can't stop smelling it. Well, you literally can't stop smelling it. One spray and it's this big plume of a red cloud around you for a long time. But it is, yes, it's ridiculously sweet, but the obviously it's more balanced than that. It's got lots of different elements and it just creates this red kiss, I guess, and it is absolutely beautiful. So that is Love Toxin from Calaj Perfumes. So yeah, that's the end. Just a little quick short video, just a few ideas for those of you out there with a very, very sweet tooth. Like I say, it's personal taste, isn't it? Sometimes some of these can be too sweet for me, but sometimes I'm just in the mood for something that's pure, unadulterated, unapologetic sweetness. And I think we all have that in us. Hence the belly and whatnot, but you know what I mean, it cheers us up, doesn't it? And it gives us a rush, I guess. What about yourselves? What are your favourite sweet fragrances? And I don't just mean sweet, I mean SweetBomb sweets. And also look out for Sam Smells video, which will probably have a lot more detail and be a lot better and a lot more fragrances, I would imagine. Alright, thanks folks, bye bye.